Welcome back to our Sensual Yoga Challenge. It's your girl Abiyala Akani. I am the founder of the EOL Yoga and Embodiment School, as well as a yoga teacher trainer and a coach. I support high achieving career women with slowing down through the practice of regulation and recovery so that you can receive more and do less. Now for today's practice, this is specifically non-performative yoga for softening hyper-independence. Now, most of my clients who are high-achieving career women are also experiencing some level of high-functioning anxiety that makes it very hard to slow down, but more so it makes it really hard to be interdependent, which leads to a lot of hypervigilance and hyper-independence, trying to do everything by yourself all of the time. For today's practice, this is to support you with softening that hyper-independence and leaning a little bit more into your own vulnerability so that you can receive the support that you actually desire and the care that you desire as well. But before we get into that, make sure you click the link in my bios below to join my free masterclass on becoming a high value woman. This is the shift that is required when it comes to moving out of high functioning anxiety that is keeping you in states of burnout and keeping you in states of burnout and dysregulation within your nervous system. It's not more healing that you need to do. You've probably done all of the shadow work that you could ever do, and you've done all of the healing. You've taken accountability. However, if you're still not seeing things change and you're a high achieving or high performing career woman, the shift that really needs to happen is an identity shift and really beginning to see yourself as a high value woman who's pampered, seen, and supported at a very high level. This is what this masterclass, this is what my upcoming masterclass is going to be about. So make sure to join us on July 23rd for that masterclass. Click the link in my bio to make sure that you join and you get the recording as well. Once you do that, I'll meet you right back here on the mat for our practice today. Welcome back to the mat. We're going to start in a standing position. Some things to consider when it comes to sensuality or exploring your own sensuality. It's about feeling safer in the body, feeling safer in your body, feeling safer with your curves, feeling safer with the way that you look, and really allowing yourself to own it from a deeply empowered state. So some of the movements that we're going to do today are going to be very sensual. They're probably going to feel a little uncomfortable while we're doing them. However, I want you to get out of your head and get into your body, experience the pleasure of the movement. We'll start standing here in Tadasana, palms open, face. Let's start with our breathing. Inhale through the nostrils, option to close the eyes, or you can keep them open if you prefer. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. Inhale through the nostrils. Audible exhale out of the mouth, HA. This time inhale through the nose. Audible exhale out of the nostrils as if you're fogging a window. Two more. Inhale through the nostrils. Audible exhale out of the nostrils. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale out of the nostrils. Inhale, circle sweep the hands up and over. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, drape the body down. Coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift hands to 2 blocks or to your shins. And find a micro bend in the knees. Open the feet about hip width distance. This is going to be more of an athletic halfway lift. So extend the tailbone back as if it's poking up to the heavens, like you're in a cow pose, and extend your heart forward like you're in a cow pose. Feel the tension in your hamstrings and your glutes, and keep the belly engaged to protect the low back. Keep that tension in the glutes as you exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, keep that tension in the glutes and use that to rise. So you're rising from engaged glutes and not from your back. Exhale, Uttanasana, exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands come at heart center, and then Tadasana. Once more, shift the weight to your left foot, invite your right leg high, and then slowly step it back. Coming into a warrior 2, drop your right heel, we're coming right in to an open hip posture. Arms swim open here. Coming in to your warrior 2. Exhale, energizing warrior 2, lengthen it out, palms come high. And then exhale, settling ground. We're just pulping the hips. Inhale, bring it back, warrior 2. Exhale, lengthen it out. Try not to lock out the knee, so micro bend that knee if you're double jointed. Exhale, bending the left knee into your warrior 2. Exhale, lengthen it out. And this time, inhale, come back to your warrior 2. And exhale, lengthen it out. Pivot the left toe in and just come into a slight lifted skandasana from here. Inhale, dive it straight back to your warrior 2, positioning the toes to move through the postures. Exhale, elevated skandasana. Pivot your right toe out. Hands to heart center on the opposite side. So we're just pulping through the knees and the hips. And exhale, warrior 2. And inhale, take it straight back. Skandasana, nice and slow. Inhale, open it up. Warrior 2. Exhale, lengthen it out. Star pose, pivot the left toe in, hands come high. Exhale, hands come to the hips. Hinge forward at the hips. Pivot your toes in and then drag the hands down alongside the thighs. Option to bring the hands to the earth or to 2 blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Always an option to micro bend those knees if you need to. Once more, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, heels in, toes out. Goddess squat. Hands come to heart center. Shifting side to side. Right here, getting contact with your hips. Sitting with the womb and the pelvis. Noticing the sensations in the womb, softening away and out of hyper-independence, leaning into interdependence here. Inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, warrior 2 to the opposite side. Windmill the hands down to frame your right foot. Shift forward and then lower the left knee. Heel toe the right foot out. And root the hands into a lizard pose. So you have the option, if this is feeling really tight in the hips, to stack 2 blocks underneath your hands here. You can always root your fists as well. If you have some sensitivities within the wrists, we're holding here for a few rounds of breath. Notice what's happening to this right knee. If it's winging out, hug the right knee into your right tricep. So hug it into the body. Holding here, keep this back left toe tucked. Keep pulling your tailbone down to open up through the psoas, the muscle in the front of the hip. So that's a really sacred muscle. We want to open up, which is going to lend itself to opening up through the chest and the heart. One more round of breath here. Exhale, lengthen out the right leg by pawing your way back into a half split. Now, if the hamstrings, once again, are very taut, 2 blocks or 2 books underneath the hands to elevate and bring the earth to you. Extend the heart forward. Hold here for a breath. One more breath. On the next inhalation, bend the knee, windmill this right arm up and down. And inhale, take it up and down. One more, windmill it up and down. This time, root the right hand on the inside of the right foot, heel toe the right foot out, and step it back when you have enough room into tabletop. Rooting the 5 fingers, tucking the toes to find your first downward facing dog. Hips come high, holding here. Micro bend the knees and press your heart through to really open up through the mid-back. And then take a walk to the top of your mat. Once you get there, feet are about hip width distance. Halfway lift, extending your tailbone back, drawing your belly in and micro bending the knees. It's almost like you're in a cow spine here. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep that tautness in the glutes. Inhale, rise, not with a rounded spine, but the nice long spine, flat back. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Hands come to heart center. Shift the weight into your right foot and drag the left foot in. One-legged Tadasana. Left knee comes high. And then lunge. Just step it back to open it up to Warrior 2 on the opposite side. So we're finding Warrior 2 towards the right, pulping through the hips just like we did. Inhale here, exhale, energizing Warrior 2 floats you out. Exhale, palms descend as you bend. Coming back to your Warrior 2. And exhale, floats you out. Inhale, descend. Exhale, floats you out. Inhale, descend. This time, exhale, Skandasana. Hands come to heart center. Pivot the right toe in. Slightly pivot the left toe out to maybe about 10 o'clock. Sink into the hips. Press the booty back. Hold. Then bring it straight back into your Warrior 2. Take it straight back to Skandasana. And open it up as you dive. Warrior 2. Coming back to Skandasana. Pivot the toes and let the toes kind of shift you, right? So the movement of the toes and the feet are really important. So you're moving from the ground up. And then from here, star pose. Exhale, hands to the hips. Dive forward. Drag the hands along the thighs. And then the hands come to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Option to place 2 blocks underneath the hands or micro bend those knees. Exhale, forward fold. So you can shift forward. See if you can shift forward so your hips stacked over the heels. Inhale, heels in, toes out. Goddess squat. Going a little bit deeper into our goddess. Hands come to the inside of the knees, shifting left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Inhale floats us back up. Exhale, warrior two towards the left. Notice that my hips are externally rotated. So I want to avoid saying this in your warrior two, where your back hip is turned forward. No, you want your hips to be along the long edge of the mat, open and exposed, right? Open and exposed, feeling safe to receive. Now from here, exhale, windmill the hands down to frame your left foot, drop your right knee. Glide your left hand on the inside of the left foot. Shift forward, option to stack the hands on 2 blocks or books. You can find fists here. We're holding here for a few rounds of breath. Notice what's happening to that left knee. If it's winging out, hug it in towards the left tricep, hug it in towards the body. Keep the back right toe tucked to cultivate more stability. We want stability over flexibility, right? So building muscular strength and mobility through the joints, and this is going to support that. So you're slightly shortening the muscles, so you are stretching them while they are in a state of stability or tautness, so you're not pushing them as far as they need to go or as far as they can go. And then on the exhale, paw your hands back towards your right knee as you lengthen out the left leg for your half Hanumanasana, half split. Extending the tailbone back, heart forward. If the hamstrings are taut, bring 2 blocks or 2 books underneath the hands. You can even rest the palms on soup cans. One more breath here. Inhale, shift forward and rotate the left hand up and around. Inhale, glides it forward. Rotate it up and down. One more. Inhale, rotate it forward and up and rotate it down. Bring your left hand back on the inside of the left foot. Heel toe the left foot out to the left till you have enough space to gently step it back into a tabletop. And then exhale, hips come high, downward facing dog. Micro bend through the knees. Heart descends through the window of the forearms. And then take a walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hamstrings active, glutes engaged. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, micro bend the knees. Inhale, rise with a flat back, not a curved back. Keep your glutes engaged so they take the force, not your back. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And we're back in Tadasana. Resting here in Tadasana, right where we started. Inhale here. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, forward fold. From here, slowly come to a squat as you make your way down onto your glutes. Hands extend behind you and legs outstretched. Go ahead and bend your right knee and invite your right foot on top of your left knee. Think about your left leg like a lever and begin to bend your lever to your depth. Relaxing the shoulders down, packing the shoulders down, pressing the shoulder blades together to open up through the chest and the heart, and dorsiflexing your right foot as you find mobility through your right glute. Now, the more you bend this left knee, the deeper of a stretch you're going to get in this right hip. So if it's too much, you can always reduce your lever. A few more breaths here. Pressing your heart forward to the shin. Really staying in that state of your growth zone, not your pain zone, but expanding out of your comfort zone. Slowing down the pace here whenever you need. And slowly from here, extend the left leg, cross your right leg over, and then invite both hands towards the shin. Sit up nice and tall, so the heart is forward. Left hand comes high. Capture your elbow or your knee with your inner elbow, or you can capture it with your hand. Choose your own adventure as you come into a seated twist. Swan dive your right hand back, twisting through your mid and upper back. Eye gaze and head, twist back last. And release. Moving to the opposite side, bending through your left leg this time. Cross your left over your right. So bringing your left ankle onto your right knee, hands come behind you, bending through your right leg. Your right leg is your lever. Remember, you get to choose the depth. Dorsiflexed or engage this left foot. Try not to sink the shoulders into the ears, but expand them long. So finding that interdependence here, not contracting, holding everything in, holding everything so tightly, finding more self-trust, more liberation in your own body to expand, to create space, to invite, to magnetize, so that you can finally be supported the way that you desire. 2 more breaths right here. Final breath. Slowly lower your right leg, cross it over its sibling, and then glide both hands in to hug this left knee in. Right hand comes high, nice tall spine. Now you can capture this left shin with your right hand, or you can capture with your inner elbow. Left arm swims back, finding a twist through the mid and upper back. Head and neck, twist back last. And release. Extend both legs forward. Palms face up to the heavens, giving and receiving notion. Let's go back, vertebra by vertebra. As soon as the back of the heart kisses the mat, hug the knees in to the body. Clasping the front of or behind the knees. Rocking left and right here. Coming into your version of happy baby, clasping behind the thighs, opening the legs wide, grabbing the insides or outsides of the ankles, feet, or shins. Choose your own adventure here. Option to stay static or rocking left and right. Left and right. Choose your own adventure. And settling here. Option to extend one leg or both. Getting into those hamstrings and settling here. Softening into the gushiness of the hips. softening into the gushiness of your own body, including your physical and your emotional body, really letting others see you, to cultivate that interdependence. When you're ready, extend the feet up to the heavens, hands up. No striving, so it's not about locking the joints out. Let them be soggy and supple. Inhale here. And then exhale, the feet and the hands return back to the earth one by one for your Shavasana. Final resting posture option to keep the knees bent or to extend them out long. Option to close the eyes if that feels safe for you. Settling here. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to close out the video here. However, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for at least 7 minutes. You've done your best. Now leave the rest. Namaste.